To withhold equity research at the same time that you are announcing such an initiative, it makes no sense. This is research that would help other racialized, marginalized students.
Months after the Louis Riel School Division ended its school resource officer program with the Winnipeg Police following an independent review, the school division has decided not to make that review public.
It was an independent review that was equity-based. And so there isn't a lot of similar research like that out there.
Irene Bindi, a parent organizer from Police Free Schools Winnipeg, says the data in this review is paramount to share not only with the public, but also the schools who use SROs so they can see a review done through the voices of Black and Indigenous students. She says withholding the report forces other schools to do their own reviews, which can have negative impacts on those quoted within.
To come forward with often traumatizing and re-traumatizing stories, and be forced to prove the existence of these harms, which is at this point, it's undeniable. It is so firmly documented.
My goal was to focus on the experiences of Black and Indigenous families, given the disproportionate impact of policing on those communities. And my results, I guess, documented serious negative concerns related to police involvement in those schools, related to unsafety and harm.
Author of the independent review, Fadi Inab, says he was hired in March as an independent researcher. He says initially the Louis Riel School Division had plans to release the review. Upon the review's completion, the LRSD suspended its SRO program with the WPS, but voted against sharing the review.
The truth is important for reconciliation. Not releasing a report that documents important Indigenous and Black experiences related to unsafety and harm have the effect of silencing racialized communities. Racialized communities are over-policed and underprotected by police, and they deserve justice and healing. And truth is part of the process. Not releasing the report promotes the very racism that school division is supposedly trying to address right now.
We reached out to the school division to speak with the superintendent. We were told an interview could not be arranged by broadcast deadline, but did receive a statement saying, the decision to discontinue the SRO program in LRSD was informed by various sources of information provided by students, staff, and families. The equity-based review was one source of information and focused on not only the lived experience in relation to the SRO program, but also in the public education system as a whole. The board voted to reinvest the money spent on the SRO program as well as additional funds and resources into a division-wide diversity, equity, inclusion, and anti-racism initiative. For confidentiality reasons, the report will not be disclosed at this time. Bindi says at least 3 Freedom of Information requests have been made to get the review, but all have been rejected on which she says are shaky grounds. She says her organization has filed a complaint with an ombudsman, but hopes the division will release the review publicly before that process gets underway. In Winnipeg, Mike Albanese, City News.